Alright, we're doing another one of these. We're 4 episodes into Songbird Sanctuary. Don't ask me why I didn't wait for the 5th episode to come out before making this, because I honestly have no idea. We're doing another Q&A, and we are beginning with some questions from, Zai's Fantastic Discoveries / A Gigantus Productions, as I know him. He asked how a species capable of flight contained. This is, of course, on Sanctuary Island, and the simple answer is they're not. Most pterosaurs and other species capable of flight do not have the incentive to, even bother leaving the island to search for something else. And more importantly, they were specifically modified as to not be capable of long-distance flight, like prehistoric pterosaurs would have been. So in other words, there are a few that do attempt to leave in the island, either just drown in the ocean, or better yet, just never attempt to leave at all. Because again, they just have no incentive to. Are there any species he had to cut due to lacking a figure for them? This is interesting. There's a few I could get into, and my personal favorite one is Spinosaurus. In the early stages, I really wanted a Spinosaurus, but I just didn't have any large enough Spinosaurus figures. So that was cut out extremely early on in production. How many seasons do you plan to include? This is another interesting one. How many do I plan to include? Minimum 2. How many do I think I will actually make? As of right now, I'm not really sure about that one. Next up, we have Scrubwood Studios asking a few questions. What is your favorite character storyline based on what has been released so far? Based on what has been released so far, probably the Raptors. They're not my favorite all in all, but that's just because some of the other character arcs really start to pick up in these latter episodes. But of what we have so far, I think the Raptors are a nice, kind of slow burn story, and I think the stakes with them were really well established. Is the species you really wanted in SS but didn't have a figure for it? This is basically the same question I answered earlier. It's Spinosaurus, don't ask. What was the first thing you definitively decided upon when creating this show? The locations, the species, the characters, etc. It was the locations. This is because back way earlier into the production of the series, before I had any idea what it would be like, before it was even called Songbird Sanctuary, back when the working title was Sunrise Island, hence the existence of Sunrise Forest. Back when it was supposed to be in 1/45th scale, I drew up the map. And that was pretty much the only thing from the Sunrise Island era of the show's production that stuck to the final thing. So it's by far the map. What made you choose the Pacific Ocean as the location for Sanctuary Island? It's remote, it's big, and it also does kind of play into the pterosaur thing I mentioned earlier. Have you considered the idea of specials? Yes. In fact, I have several ideas for a specific special. When is Songbird Sanctuary Season 14, Episode 3 coming out? It has already come out. If you can find it, it's yours. Another question he completely forgot to ask, of course. Are there any references made to Slicer existing? Not that I am aware of, unless you count a really vague line that can only be taken as a slice of reference if you really want it to be taken as a slice of reference. And finally, we have only one question remaining, a question from Scaly Studios. How did you come up with the idea of the Sky Monster? Oh, the Sky Monster? Okay. So I was talking to Scrubwood Studios. Like, basically one-on-one. And we brought up walking with dinosaurs. And we were talking about how the Utah Raptor was in Europe. And I can't remember which one of us made the joke. I think he made a joke about the Utah Raptor migrating from North America to Europe. And then one thing led to another, and I got the idea for Sky Monsters. So yeah, now you know who to blame for that amazing series. That's not at all cursed. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Episode 5 should be coming out in maybe 1 week from now, 2. I don't know exactly. Jurassic Journeys is never coming out. See you.